Yeah.
Recording now.
All right.
What's up, people? We are out here.
All right. Okay. This is our first vlog. You know, vlog number uno. Oh, Jesus, a clone, dog. Guys, this guy came here just to complain, like literally. He begged to come here and then he just started complaining. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Look at this. Look at Jan over here. Taking photos, having a grand time.
Yeah. She's about to go out there, y'all.
You done know? Trouble?
Gosh, okay, this is her first time.
I'm so excited for her.
Driving normally, and they just be like, all right, I think I can get it next time. This is my first time, and I can say, yo, this is pretty awesome. This is crazy awesome, man. This guy is pretty good. Like, he is very good.
Drifting for a little over 10 years, and this is my S14.
Okay. And what made you get into racing? Like,
you know, I've always liked cars. I thought they were rad when I was in high school, and I had a couple crappy street race cars, and then I found drifting online, and I was like, holy crap, that is infinitely better than anything I've ever seen. I have to try that. So I sold those cars, I bought an S13, and I immediately went and started trying to drift.
Okay, I saw she was putting ice. That they're like, what's the reason?
Okay, so my car, you know, it's obviously very hot in Texas, especially today. So race cars don't have air conditioning, right? But we do have what's called a cool shirt. So I have a t-shirt that I put on that has a bunch of lines run through it. And then in the back I've got a cooler that I put ice water in. It's got a little pump, and it pumps the cold water through the shirt to cool down the drive.
Okay. I noticed you have a Z right there. So which one is better performance-wise for drifting?
So this is a Pro-Am type car, which means it's a competitive car. It's you know, unlimited rules basically. You're not limited on tires or suspension or engine or anything like that. So this one's got about 500 horsepower. It weighs about 2,700 pounds with me in it. So it's much lighter, much faster, much more raw power, right? But it's also a lot more expensive to drive. So I built a Z, and that one is yeah, I can ream on that thing all I want. It goes up almost 100 laps on a pair of Kenda tires, whereas this one can burn them up in like 10 or 15 laps. You know, it just uses pump gas, where this uses ethanol. It is a completely stock drivetrain. It's very reliable. I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to use fancy oils or fluids or anything like that. I just drive that thing as much as I want.
So if this breaks, you're worried. If that breaks, you're like, eh.
Yeah, if this breaks, it's expensive.
Right.
Right.
If that breaks, it's usually not that big a deal.
Right.
So, you know, the Z is my seat time car, you could call it. I don't want to call it a missile car because it does look pretty good.
Right.
I want drift cars to look good, so I try and
True.
lead by example. But it's just a fun car to drive that I don't have to put so many laps on this car.
Right. And you say this is your dream car, right?
I don't want to call it my dream car. I want to dream even bigger than that. But
Right.
this is my baby. This is
Right.
the car that I've been building paycheck to paycheck for 10 plus years. This is the car that I've gotten literally thousands of hours into, and my two hands have touched every single part on this car.
That's
I
great.
built everything by myself. I built everything by myself. I did all the welding, I did all the tube work, all the fabrication. Everything in this car I have done or had a hand in designing and helping build. So,
I watched your channel. That's how I find out about you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to this myself.
Cool.
And all of a sudden, like,
Right.
I'm looking at next year. I
Gotcha.
just started working, so I'm trying to.
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
yeah,
It's not that hard, man. You can get into it pretty cheap.
I
You end
know.
up $5,000. You can pick up a Z like that, especially like a 2003, 2004 DE model.
I'm looking at
Get it for like
M3.
$4 or $5,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then basically with what you put knuckles, or you put just the GK Technical.
Yeah, it's got
angle kit.
knuckles, suspension.
Okay, so you put the full knuckles. So,
Yep.
but you can get away with like a $200 angle kit on the front. You can put some suspension and tires and dual caliper. You can even
Right.
go cheap and do a pass-through brake. Take the ABS off the back, wheels only, and just run a pass-through off your master cylinder and get by for $300 to $400 cheaper. Yeah.
All right. What would you say is your greatest accomplishment so far?
Oh man, my
Since-
greatest accomplishment. I mean, I'm
Catch you out there, brother.
All right, man, take it easy.
Being on the track and everything.
Yeah. So let's answer that other question.
Huh?
Greatest accomplishment.
No, the one before when he answered it for you.
Oh.
Yeah. What was it? You were asking about the Z. Or you
Oh.
said you wanted to get into it.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so if you want to get into drifting, I mean, you're doing the right thing by coming to an event. That's the step
Jordan.
one. Just come and hang out, see everybody, see how it works, see what's good, see what you like out there on track, and then kind of make your own decisions based on that. Talk to drivers, if you find someone out here drifting an M3, talk to them. Find out, like, was it a good idea?
Right.
Is it a piece of junk? Does it cost $1 million? All that sort of stuff. So
I want one of these, but they're very hard to find at a reasonable
I would
price.
not recommend one.
It's not a project car already.
Yeah. These take so much effort and money to get them to be a good
Really?
drift car. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Thank you.
This car takes very little effort and
Right.
money, and it's a fantastic drift car.
Right.
The M3 is a little more expensive and a little less reliable, but it is also a cooler looking car. So
Okay.
you got a little bit, pros and cons.
Give and take,
for
yeah.
sure, for sure. If you already own an M3, well then you're already halfway there.
Yeah, right.
So you do it that way. My greatest accomplishment, I don't know, man. I've done all kinds of cool stuff. My favorite thing that I've done, I think, is drifting in Japan at Ebisu Circuit, which is one of the most world famous drift meccas. It's 7 different racetracks in a Japanese mountain. I get to drive with a bunch of amazing pro drivers and a bunch of crappy cars that we don't care about, and it's like the most fun ever. I did Hyperdrive on Netflix, which is unreal. That was
Petro?
Yeah. In this car. Yeah. So
I've seen
that
it.
was awesome. Yeah. And,
I've
way
seen it.
cool. I mean, I didn't win, but I did pretty good. I stand
That's good.
at the end, so that's great. I got to do Drift Week earlier this year, which was one of the coolest things ever. I street drove this car 4,000 miles from Texas to California and back, and we hit up 8 different racetracks along the way and drifted with 10 of us, 10 great drivers, similar cars, just having a good time, no competition, no stress, just go out there and jam as many laps as you can, and it was one of the most fun things I've ever done. So, I mean, that's probably it. Top 3 things there.
All right, that's pretty awesome, man. Thank you so much for talking to us. You completed like all the questions that we mostly wanted to know. So I know you got to get into it. So
Yeah, man, track's going hot soon, so
Yeah.
I'll
Right.
get you to go drive.
Any
So-
chance, or how are they doing ride-alongs? Are they doing that?
Gotta have a helmet.
Okay.
Step 1, gotta have a full face helmet. If you get that, then I can give you a ride along, or anyone can. You just gotta ask the driver.
Okay.
And if they have an open seat and they're going out, catch them at the right time,
You have to have your own helmet though, right?
or borrow one.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I don't have one.
I don't have a spare helmet either.
Okay,
so I'm
that's
sorry.
fine. That's fine. Yeah. But yeah, thanks, man.
Alright, you bet.
Yeah.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
check you in.
I'm back. Just asking you your name.
I am Guy Anto.
All right. So what made you get into racing?
Honestly, honestly, I've just been driving my whole life and then decided, you know, drifting was a cool thing to do and then want to try and do this, and so that's what I'm doing now.
All right, so why the 370Z? And what's your mods afterwards?
So Aaron mostly always says for Lonestar that the 350s are, you know, the best cars to use, and instead of the 350, I decided to just go one step up.
Right.
Buying the 370, we have, honestly, it's all stock. Even stock Aaron takes. Only have is the coilovers. That's it, really.
All right. Well, thank you. Hey guys, thank you. I've driven in his car and this guy is pretty good. Like, he's really awesome. Good car, really good car. So.
You heard the Mustang revving a while ago?
All right.